Okay. So welcome. We're going to go over really quickly, probably try and keep it in about 20 to 25 minutes, basic meal planning using the container system. But whether you're using container system or not, this is just a really great way for you to be able to see, the types of foods you should be eating, the amount of those different categories of foods, and I can answer any questions you might have and kind of show you what I do that I've felt works for me. If you have a system that works different for you, you know that we all operate differently. So for me, I think in Excel spreadsheets, so mine will be an Excel spreadsheet, but for other people who like bracelets with all the different colors, I've done that before when I'm on a cruise. Whatever it is that works for you is totally fine, but I'm gonna go over the system, how it works, and then how I do it. And then anything that works for you, feel free to share also in our group, because other people might be just like you and they might get some really great tips. And that's what's neat about being in a group, is that we're able to interact and really help and support each other. So really quickly, I'm going to share a screen and come right into Beachbody On Demand. Within all of the different programs, you're going to see that there's a nutritional guide. The ones that I'm going to refer you to use as the most recent and, pretty much the simplest and very effective programs as far as nutrition goes. So if you're doing a more intense program, you'll follow the nutrition guide for quarter force. If you're doing something that's like the 30-minute workouts or, the dance programs, 25-minute workouts with T25, or even the 22-minute hardcore, follow the 21-day fix. It's just slightly different. Really quickly, the difference between the two is with quarter force, it's a longer workout, amount of time as far as minutes go, and it's a bit more intense. So you're going to have weeks that you're adding in more calories and different, fats and extra fruits than with the fix that you're keeping more of a steady caloric intake. So we'll look at the fix program and the nutrition with that. And so to see this, you just click on Let's Get Started, and you'll see on the right-hand side, these are basically what was all the paper and booklet inserts when they used to mail out the DVDs. They're all here, simple for us, not taking up any space anymore in our closets. So this is really wonderful. But you can look here, and there's an eating plan here. On a side note, for Morgan and anybody else who's vegan, there's a vegan eating plan that gives you a little bit of different guidelines, since you're not eating chicken. And, I know sometimes people eat fish, but whatever your regimen is, we have something that's going to fit it. So we'll go with the regular one for now. And this is going to be a pretty long booklet. So if you're not great at reading things online, then I recommend that you kind of print out the pages that are most important for you. Obviously, you don't need the cover title and all that, but she will go through and explain everything in here, how to get started. There's recipes in here. And so if any of you have ordered or are planning to order the Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack that I mentioned was on special this month, it does come with all of these different containers. And all of these different containers are basically the way that they're going to tell you, you're going to eat 3 purple containers, you're going to eat 3 green containers. And so it tells you here, according to the different colors, what that food group is. So your green is easy to remember because that's veggies. Your purple is fruits, red are proteins, yellows are carbs, blue is healthy fats, and orange is seeds and dressings, okay? So when you come in here, the booklet is also going to give you different foods that they recommend for these things. So, a carb you don't necessarily want to use for white toast. That doesn't have much nutritional value. So they're going to tell you which are the carbs that are good for you, that you need in order to function and are really going to help you achieve awesome results with your health and fitness goals this month and over the next few months, and however long you keep on this, because this is the plan to make this a lifestyle. So we're going to start with a little formula here. And so this is going to be individualized for you. It's not a one plan fits all. You're going to take your starting weight, times it by 11. That's going to be your caloric baseline. And pause a second here. This seems like, how could this be right for everybody? But I want to tell you that recently, in the fall, I was chosen to be in a test group that I voluntarily went to University of Miami and had a very specific body fat testing done. And they also did metabolic, caloric intake, all of these very scientific formulated things. And I came back and tested mine against this formula, and it was like off by 5 calories. Like it was basically spot on. So I know it might seem like, inaccurate, or no, it's too cookie cutter, but believe me, this is, I've seen hundreds of people do amazing things with this. So go with it. So your starting weight times 11 is going to be your caloric baseline. Then add 400 to your caloric baseline, and this is going to be what you're going to want to use to maintain. So if you are not trying to lose weight, if you are at a good, healthy BMI, you're at a good, healthy weight right now, this is where you're going to hang out. If you have weight loss goals for the next few months and moving forward, you're going to subtract 750. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means in 3 months, when you hit your target goal, you can kind of back off that 750 and hang out here. Okay. Until then, minus the 750. So now that's going to give you a total number. And when you come down here, and please, please, please note, if your calorie target is less than 1,200 for whatever reason, maybe you're a very petite person, please do not eat 800 calories a day. That is not good for you. That's not going to sustain you. And I've seen a lot of people trying to do that, thinking the less and less I eat, the better off I'm going to be. And that's not healthy, not good for you, not the way to go. So the lowest bracket there is, which lots of you may fall in, is the 1,200 to 1,500 calorie plan. Now, can you sit down at McDonald's and eat a Big Mac and French fries and a soda and get 1,200 calories? Yes. Are you going to lose weight if you eat that once a day? No. You want to eat foods that are nourishing you. So this is going to break it out. And these containers, everybody always says, but that's so little food. When you put these things in there and then dump them on your plate, this is plenty of food. I pinky promise you, it's tons of food. So this is really going to be awesome. So you have 3 veggies per day, you have 2 fruits per day, you have 4 proteins per day, 2 carbs, healthy carbs, 1 healthy fat, 1 salad dressing, and 2 teaspoons, of oils and nut butters. Okay, so this is, promise you, plenty of food. If it puts you in plan B, this is actually where I eat. I eat in plan B because I'm not trying to lose any more weight. I'm maintaining, so I hang out in B. You get 4 green containers, 3 fruits, 4 proteins, 3 yellows, et cetera, et cetera. So depending on which plan it comes is the amount of containers that you're going to follow each day. So now you're saying, okay, great. So what am I supposed to eat? When you continue following this down, and there's also a really cool free app that you can use on your phone if you're an app person instead of a spreadsheet person. And the app, it'll go in, and each day you mark off. So you went to lunch with your girlfriends and you come back and you say, okay, I ate a salad that was definitely 2 greens. I had salad dressing and I had salmon on top. And so you mark it off, and it tells you, it does a little, countdown in your food journal. So when you get home to dinner, if you didn't plan ahead, and it tells you, you still have 2 greens, 1 yellow, and 1 red left. And so you can create a meal with that and totally stay within these guidelines. So it's awesome. So you can also use a paper tracker. You can print that out. But really quickly going into our food groups. Come on. So these give you, sample ideas for menus. So here's our food groups. So for green containers, here's your veggies: kale, watercress, collard greens, spinach, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus, beets. And I'm going to tell you a secret about this. The higher up on the list that the items are, the more nutrient dense they're going to be. Okay, so kale, highly nutritional. If you look down here at the bottom, onions, yeah, it's a green, but it's not nearly the powerhouse that kale is, right? So it gives you a good, now mind you, they cannot put every single vegetable here. They cannot fit it all. So these are some common vegetables, but if you have a vegetable that's not on the list, yes, you may eat it. Don't drown it in butter or oil, but as long as it's not starchy, then it'll belong in the green. Purple container, again, same thing for this. The higher up on the list it is, the better it's gonna be. Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, all these awesome things. God's candy, as we call it in my house. Awesome. And you'll notice at the bottom that there's tomato sauce and salsa. The reason being, a lot of times people put sugar, especially if you're buying it canned, they add sugar. So these are sugars. They are healthy sugars. They're wonderful sugars. And we still need to eat them in moderation, right? So down on the red containers, we have proteins, sardines right at the top of the list. Ooh. Skinless chicken breast, turkey breast, duck breasts, goat, lean ground chicken or turkey, fish. The list goes on. If you are looking for less animal protein, not totally vegan, but you have eggs here, egg whites, Greek yogurt, shellfish. Shakeology is going to count as a red, which is really cool because it's not just protein. You're getting like all kinds of nutrients and dietary fiber and amazing things, but we're counting it just as a red. You don't have to tick off any other categories. So that's exciting. Yellow container. Right at the top, you're going to find sweet potatoes, yams, plantains, quinoa, beans, lentils, edamame. And again, as the list goes down, tortillas, they got them in there. We know they know we're going to eat this and they're not trying to deprive us, but obviously sweet potato is going to be better than a corn tortilla. If you're eating a corn tortilla, too small gives you one yellow container. Obviously you can't fit corn tortillas in here. So for stuff like that, they're going to give you the example there, 2 small 6-inch. If it's a whole grain bagel, half of a small 3-inch bagel, not the ones in New York that are the size of your face. Okay, moving on to the blue containers. My favorite container, avocado right at the top, 12 almonds, and these are going to be whole and raw, 8 cashews, 14 peanuts, 20 pistachios, yada, yada, yada. Hummus, coconut milk, all this fun stuff. Okay, moving along to the orange container. This is going to be pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, flaxseed, olives, peanuts, coconuts, little shredded unsweetened coconut, and salad dressings. Now for salad dressings, they are not all created equal. If you go out to eat and you don't have your own salad dressing to take with you, you want to make sure that you're not getting something like blue cheese or ranch or any of these things that are really creamy. You want to stick to something that's basically, and ask for it on the side, because this is probably going to be a lot less than they just douse the whole thing in. But an olive oil, vinegar, lemon is actually really great on salads. So you could do a little bit of lemon, olive oil, and vinegar. And, you're going to start, as you use this, getting used to the amount of the appropriate dressing to be on your veggies. Okay, so it's not drowning them. It's just, little spritzes. Okay, and in your teaspoons, we have extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, flaxseed oil, walnut oil, pumpkin seed oil, my very favorite nut butters. So that's peanut, almond, cashew. Peanut butters, if you're going to use them, please make sure that you're using a natural peanut butter. If you're using Jif or something like that, turn around the container and look, and there's corn, like a lot of them have added palm oils and sugars and stuff like that. You want to stay as natural as possible. When you look at the container, it should say nuts. That's it, nuts. Okay, so nothing added. Seed butters, same thing. So that's kind of where you're at. They give you substitutions, if you're going to do almond milk, if you're going to do coconut water, if you're going to go out one night and have a glass of wine, it tells you how you can do that. Because again, this is meant to be a lifestyle. I encourage you to kind of stay away from the cheats and the treats, as sometimes referred to, especially during the next few months. Give that commitment to yourself that you say, right now I'm really just going to stick to the plan. But long term, if you're going to go out and have a glass of wine, it's only 4 ounces, number one. And that's a whole yellow. And, you want to make sure that's only maybe 3 times a week that you're doing a substitution. But they have in the booklet, we won't go all the way through, but they have salad dressing recipes that are amazing. And you'll really be surprised at how tasty and delicious it is, and easy to make your own salad dressings. You throw a couple of ingredients in the blender, and you can put them even, sometimes I get the little containers and I just separate them right from the beginning. So I have 8 little ready to go already measured salad dressings for the week. And, you know, and they last a week or two. So it's really good. But in here, they also have treats. If you're really dying for something sweet, you know, this is how you can do it without going crazy. No double fried Oreos. I don't even know how that exists, but it goes into all the details here. So take some time to kind of go through this and really familiarize yourself with it. So any questions about that so far? No? Okay, great. So how do you keep track of it? In the beginning, lots of people tell me, oh my gosh, this is so hard, I can't do it. And no, it's not. It seems like it just in the first week because you're just not used to tracking the things that are coming into your body, but the more that you do this, the easier and the more natural it's going to become. So in the beginning, and even when I'm really trying to just make sure that I'm spot on, so like right now I'm getting ready to go sport a bikini in front of Joel and Jericho in Punta Cana, so I'm really being a little bit, you know, careful with what I'm doing right now. The crack group, yeah. No Girl Scout cookies. Why did I open the chat? So I like to use something like this, and we can go ahead and look at it and create a really quick one. And this is my spreadsheet that I use to kind of meal plan for the whole week. And this is awesome because if I do this on a Saturday, Sunday, I know exactly what groceries I need to buy. I've already looked at my calendar for the week, so I know if the kids have a soccer game one night. I know if there's a presentation at school that we're going to be out and about, and I'm not just flying by the seat of my pants. You know, I have a plan and I can, you know, stick to it or maneuver around it. Or if I'm going out to meet somebody for dinner, I can already look at the menu online and, you know, have an idea of what I can eat and stay on track. Okay, so really quickly, we can make an easy plan for a few days here together for plan A. That's 1,200 to 1,499 calories. We're not counting calories. You're not going to look at it because basically the equivalent of all these different containers is going to add up to be between 1,200 and 1,500 calories. So up here at the top, I filled in already. These are the targets. You have 3 greens for plan A, 2 purples, 4 proteins, 2 carbs, 1 fat, 1 seeds or dressing, and 2 teaspoons. So already I know that every morning I start with my Shakeology, that's a red, and half a banana. I get bananas and just freeze them in halves, and I throw it right into my thing, so I never run out of them. I love them. If you don't love banana, or I'm in bracket B, so I have 3 fruits. If you aren't going to miss banana, don't put it in your shake. Eat your fruit, and that'll be funner. But if you're, you know, not a big, you know, fruit lover and you just want to get the fruit out of the way, you could stick it right in your shake. So if you look in the purple list, you'll see half a banana is equal to 1 purple container. So we have that there. For snack, when I come back home, and this can be whatever order works for you. You know, maybe you have breakfast and then you have Shakeology at your desk in the office later. Whatever works for you is fine. But for me, I do Shakeology first thing in the morning. For snack, I come home and I have spinach mixed in with my eggs. And I might have a slice of sprouted green toast, or we'll put in here, it's funner, a sweet potato hash. Okay. Sometimes on my sweet potato, I might put a teaspoon of coconut oil. Makes it really delicious. I love it. Okay. For lunch, lots of times I'll have a salad. Okay. And this is usually about like half of a green container. My salad is usually more than 1 container. So I'm going to put that 1.5. And on my salad, I'm going to have maybe a piece of grilled fish. And I'm going to have avocado and the dressing that I made. Okay. So now we've got still left another, that should be 40 minutes, sorry. We still have 1 more green to go. We still have another purple. So here for snack, maybe I'll have an apple on the way to pick up the kids. Okay. And then for dinner, I'm going to have asparagus. And I'm going to have, let's say, grilled chicken. And I'm going to have quinoa. And I'm going to use a teaspoon of olive oil when I cook it, okay? So this is how I can look at it, and at the end of the day, or as I'm planning, I can say, oh, you know what, I'm missing a green, I'm missing a purple, where else can I eat that? And so just to kind of proof at the bottom, I come through, okay, I have 3 here, I have 2 here, I have my 4, my 2 here, my 1, and my 2. Perfect, awesome day. Okay, so now I know that Monday's set. Really quick, we'll do Tuesday again. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday religiously in this house. There's no messing around with Taco Tuesday. So I know that I've got to save one of my yellows for dinner, okay? I can do salad for dinner. You know, I can do romaine shells if I wanted to skip the corn tortillas and go for beans instead, because sometimes I like black beans mixed in with our ground chicken breast, but, you know, entirely up to you. But that in mind, I also know I want to save my blue container for the night because I love making my own little, whipping up some guacamole, right? So I know Taco Tuesday, I'm going to totally be able to participate, have a great time, but I have to think about what I'm eating in the beginning of the day. So once again, Shakeology. I'm going to switch it up today and put blueberries. Not really, I always put banana. And today for lunch, for breakfast, I'm going to do asparagus with my eggs, and I'm saving my yellow here, okay? And so for lunch, I'm going to do, sorry about that, asparagus. For lunch, just kidding, we'll put spinach, because for lunch I'm going to have leftovers from last night. And I do this a lot because it makes it just so much easier and quicker. So I'm going to have the same thing that I had for dinner last night, which was asparagus, grilled chicken, and quinoa, okay? And now here comes the mother lode. Apple for snack. Here comes dinner. So for dinner, I've got my romaine. So let's say if I'm doing my romaine shells instead of tortillas, and I can, you know, do some pico de gallo, put a little bit of tomato, cilantro, like really good stuff, right? And I'm gonna do ground chicken breast. And here I'm going to do black beans. I'm gonna do guacamole, and teaspoon of olive oil here. And from lunch, there was a teaspoon of olive oil here. So what am I missing? I noticed that today I didn't use at all my orange container. So this is a great thing to notice from ahead of time and say, okay, well, all right, I'm missing my orange container. What does that mean? So you go back and you can look at the food list. Okay, well, orange container was, you know, pumpkin seeds. It was this, it was that, it was the other. I think flaxseed may be in there. So I can say, oh, okay, well, I can add flaxseed to my Shakeology earlier. Or I can, you know, find something that complements my snack, you know, that type of thing. So that's a great, actually, you know what else is in orange? I think olives. Love olives. So I might just use olives for a snack. This better not be about Girl Scout cookies. Okay. For the vegans, you'll have to look at the vegan menu. They reconfigured it and put some of the beans as proteins, yes, and quinoa and that kind of thing. But does this make sense pretty good? Yeah. And so doing this, you know, ahead of time, now after I finish planning my whole thing, and again, I eat lots of the same things over and over. It makes it easy for me. These things are so tasty. You know, my body begins to crave these vegetables, avocado, all these good things. So I don't mind eating the same things over and over. If, you know, I like to play with dinner, and the dinner I usually make enough to have lunch the next day because, you know, we're busy. We don't need to be spending a million hours in the day and, you know, in the kitchen unless you love doing that, unless, you know, which I actually do love it. But so sometimes on Sundays, I'll kind of prep for the week, and you can make, you know, soups, you can make things that are easy for you to just pull out and, you know, have that ready for the whole week. So it kind of simplifies it for you. And again, keeps it on track. Same thing, you know, so Wednesday night, the kids are with their dad. So maybe on Wednesday nights, I used to always do sushi on Wednesday nights. So I already know ahead of time, okay, I'm going to plan out my dinner first. I'm going to have my brown rice at the sushi restaurant with my salmon and my seaweed salad. Okay. that kind of thing. And then I can go backwards from there. So this, guys, it's not that hard. It really is a matter of getting just used to it in the beginning. And once you get used to it, this is just going to become second nature for you. But you really got to, you know, be specific with the amounts that you're eating. You don't want to eat, you know, a big giant bowl of, you know, rice and beans that's humongous when this is the size that you should be getting. Okay, because that, again, will sabotage. I was just saying, can you share what you do when you eat out and how you manage that? Sure. So in the 21 Day Fix booklet, like if we were to go back to that, it kind of gives you some ideas if you're going to have a slice of pizza, what to count it as, that kind of thing. For me in Miami, I already pretty much know my favorite go-to spots and that kind of thing, and where I can always get something healthy. If I go somewhere and order a salad, number one, always ask for dressing on the sides. Number two, you don't want to get one that's loaded with like crispy fried chicken. It's crispy because it's fried chicken and breaded and buttered and all these types of things. But pretty much in most any restaurant that you go to, you're going to be able to find some type of grilled vegetable. When you order a grilled vegetable, you want to make sure that you let them know, you know, I have great nutrition and I really don't want any butter on this, please. Because a lot of times you go to restaurants and it tastes so good because it's layered with butter. Butter tastes good, you know, so that's something that you can, you know, ask for. You're paying for the food, so you can ask for specifications. And it's your body. Don't feel bad about it. This is, you know, your body that you get to treat as a temple, and you get to, you know, give it a little treat when you want to. You don't want to spoil it on somebody sticking butter on your asparagus. Same thing with oils, you know, or if you order some type of protein and it's grilled, again, make sure that you ask, do they put something on it? Yeah, always ask for sauce on the side, that type thing. But for me, pretty much anywhere you go, you can usually find some type of lean grilled, you know, protein and vegetables. Again, with salads, make sure you have the dressings on the side and they're not loaded with corn tortilla chips and, you know, the movie theater popcorn right inside your salad bowl, basically. But so with this, it's going to really, you know, help you to be a lot more conscious of what you're eating. You're going to be getting the right types of food. You're going to be feeling a lot better. And if you fall off one day, it's okay. That's what's really important, is that you not just give up. Because lots of times, you know, something will happen. And guys, we're all human. We'll go to a party, and I've been to plenty of parties where I've resisted, but maybe there's a party that I go and that's my absolute favorite carrot cake in the planet. And I'm going to have carrot cake today. And you have carrot cake, and then you come home and you're like, well, that's it. I already ate carrot cake. I might as well order pizza for dinner. And then tomorrow, forget it, I might as well have waffles, and just spiral out of control. And there's no need for that. If you're going to have a cheat day, if you're going to have a special dinner, anything like that, hi there, welcome. If you're going to do something like that, it happens. The important thing is that you don't turn a slip into a big giant slide. You slip and you hop right back up. Back on board. You let us know in the group, hey, guess what? Last night I ate carrot cake and today I'm back on track, and we'll help keep holding you accountable. But it's really important to make sure that you give yourself that grace and back on it. Don't hate yourself. Don't, you know, I'm not giving you permission, but this is a lifestyle. This is a marathon that we're here for. And this is a good thing. It's nothing to be upset about or mad or anxious or anything like that. This is a good thing. So that is mostly it. Hi, Jess. Sorry. We got you late. Welcome. We have you muted. But I did record. So Jess, you can go back and kind of watch the recording and see if you have any questions. Anybody who's watching the recording has any questions, feel free to comment in the section below where I'm posting the video, and I'm happy to answer those questions for you. If you'd like the blank spreadsheet that I use, just drop your email address and I can, I'll send it to you. Drop your email address in there and I will email you the spreadsheet. If there's one that you find that you like better, share it with us. I had used one for a long time and had come across this one and liked it even better than the one I had been using. So maybe you find one that I like even better. But any questions at all, let me know. Morgan, did you have any other questions before we go? No? Okay. Awesome. All right, then let me end recording, stop recording.